going to turn our attention to the Food Bank of Siouxland. That's right. It actually received a very sweet donation. Sioux Honey Association donated more than 6,000 bottles of their honey to the Food Bank of Siouxland, and they have donated even more to other food banks across the United States. Sioux Honey says that honey is helpful for people who actually struggle with food insecurity.
Lucky for us, it's a shelf-stable thing, so it's not something that someone will just eat once. It's something that they can continue to get that nourishment from for many meals to come.
And honey is one of those items that the food bank says they don't really receive often.
Again, I think a lot of times what people think of when they think of a food bank is that can of green beans, that can of chicken noodle soup. When we would get a condiment or a baking item, so from ketchup to sugar, that is really great because that's something that maybe people couldn't necessarily afford.
Sioux Honey hopes to continue donating in the future.